This is All Indiana Sports.
All right, while the rest of the world celebrates Happy St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you because your mother is redhead. You got Irish in you. We celebrate on this podcast Happy 317 Day. It's all about Indianapolis, so I'm going to ask you, what is one of your favorite memories from the city of Indianapolis?
The city of Indianapolis or the state of Indiana? Can I go to Bloomington?
Yeah, I hear you. It's 317 Day, not 765-812 Day. It is 317 Day. So what is one of your favorite memories?
Technically, it's not even in Indiana where it happened. It happened in Miami. I'm gonna say the time where we went to a Colts game. Andrew Luck was playing, and he was playing the Legion of Boom. And Russell Wilson, and I believe the Colts won that game, or it was a close game. That was fun to watch. I also enjoyed watching Andrew Luck and T.Y. Hilton go against A.J. Green and Andy Dalton back whenever Andy Dalton was good. Okay. We also watched the Bengals versus the Colts. That was a fun game as well. Those are probably my two favorite memories, though, from Lucas Oil.
Yeah, that's awesome. Love it. All right, well, I'm Kevin. This is my son, Liam. We are excited to present to you the All Indiana Sports Podcast.
Welcome back. In this episode, we will go over just a couple of the Pacers games, including a reunion as we go all in.
Yeah, it may be more than just a couple as we're catching up on some things, but you can follow us on TikTok and Instagram at All Indiana Sports. And don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. It is the time of the podcast right here at the beginning where we have to check in.
Probably my least favorite part of the podcast. Oh, man, we're looping it.
I got it. There we go. All right. So your least favorite part?
Probably of a Pacers podcast, yeah.
To me, this is a laughable thing and is becoming actually more of a treasured commodity here. As we approach the end of the season. 82-83 season, the worst season record-wise in Pacers history. They were 18-50 at this point in the season. This year, 15-53.
Yeah, not so hot.
3 games down or up, depending on how you look at it.
Nearing the end of the season, there was, 14 more games left because the 82 games... I saw Steve Kerr come out with something that said he thinks it should be lowered to 72 games.
Here's the deal. In 82-83, you know how many games they played that season? 82. Do you think they complained about it? No. Do you think they rested a whole bunch of players? I would venture to say no. Is the game different now? Yes. Is it more strenuous? In some ways, but in other ways, definitely not.
Yeah. Well, I just had to throw it out there, see your opinion. First game, though, I was in Los Angeles versus the Lakers, 117-128, 37-point fourth quarter. Just they could not overcome the deep hole that the Pacers put themselves in earlier in the game.
Right. Pascal Siakam had 26. Andrew Nembhard, 17 points, 8 assists.
Yep, Jay Huff, 16. Jarris Walker, 10 with 9 rebounds. And TJ McConnell, I almost put on his jersey for this episode. He also had 10.
Yeah, the Lakers doubled up the Pacers in 3-point percentage while shooting 2 more. So, that's going to have a big impact. They also shot 91% from the free throw line, did LA, while Indiana was only 71%. Yeah. And another big one, offensive rebounds and assists were advantage Pacers. So apparently that 3-point percentage had a lot to do with the victory for the Lakers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Next game at the Trailblazers, another loss of 111-131. 17-point difference in the second quarter kind of sealed the fate there. Siakam had a good outing, 22 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Jay Huff also had a pretty good outing. 16 rebounds, 16 points. My
There you
bad.
go.
6 rebounds and 5 blocks.
Yep. Nembhard had 14 and 9 assists, so an assist away from a double-double. Walker 14 and Micah Potter. There's a Micah Potter citing for 13 points.
Yep, the Pacers lost in every major category, including only 63% from the charity stripe being the free throws. That is unacceptable as a professional basketball team. If you're college, maybe acceptable, but still in college, you got to be above 75% if you want to win the game.
Right. We're not talking
How
about
can you
an
expect any less?
individual. We're talking about team.
Mhm.
Like, there are some individuals that may have, but not a team. No. You have to hit your free throws. You know that's a big deal for me.
They are free.
Yeah, until you don't make them, and then they cost you dearly. Then the next game is at the Kings, continuing the West Coast trip. 109-114. This was a battle for the bottom of the association, and in that regard, the Pacers won. And so I like to share with you something from my other podcast, and that is we had on Kevin Connors, ESPN anchor, and this is what he had to say about the top player, or who should be the top player in the draft, which the Pacers currently hold that 14% at the lottery for the top pick as it stands right now. So here's what he had to say about who should go number one.
Biggest takeaway I had from being at the Big 12 tournament, there is not a question in my mind that A.J. DiBonsa is the number one pick. I mean, in fact, if the conversation all year has been DiBonsa or Peterson, we've been having the wrong conversation. Because it should be DiBonsa and someone else, whether it's Cam Boozer or Darius Acuff. But I think you watch, and there were a ton of NBA scouts in Kansas City. And if they were watching the games that I was watching, there's no conversation. It's A.J. DiBonsa.
Huh. Interesting. Who said that?
Yeah, you definitely did.
And don't be confused by his BYU sweatshirt. Apparently that was a gift. He is not a BYU fan. He's a Syracuse fan, and so he just wore it to, I guess, mess with our Big 12 audience. But there you go. And those are two players he mentioned.
I heard somewhere that
conference.
I heard somewhere that he may be deciding to stay in college, but I don't understand that. As you're gonna go as the number one pick against someone who is of Cam Boozer and other people like that.
Darren Peterson, Darius
Acuff. Yeah, all these people who are top prospects and you're still considered the number one. I don't understand why you would stay, especially whenever you can go to a team like Indiana who is fully put together for a championship run next season with Halliburton coming back. We see how big of a piece Halliburton was. Guys have gotten a year to develop and stuff like that. It's been a tough year for the organization, but the turnaround's going to be crazy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll have time to talk more about that in the coming weeks, but I wanted to give you a little taste and say, and also, toot my own horn because the professionals saying the same thing that this professional is saying. Siakam and McConnell and Nembhard all out for this game to try to win that DiBonsa lottery. Nesmith, go ahead.
Nesmith had 29. Obi Toppin, as a starter, had 17. Cam Jones, 14 and 9 assists. He also started.
Right, so he'll only assist away from Mr. Cam Jones for a double-double. Huff had 12 and 7 rebounds.
Yep, Potter had 11 and 7 rebounds, and Jarris Walker was 2 points and 1 rebound away from a double-double, 8 points, 9 rebounds.
One more rebound and a putback, and he's got it. With 5 minutes left in the third quarter, the Pacers were up by 20. The Kings proceeded to outscore Indiana 21-8 over the next 7 minutes to close the gap, and they took the lead for good with 3 minutes left and never looked back. I was watching this, and I was like, well, Pacers were up. I was like, well, I guess there's They tried, but there's no way to lose it now. Rick Carlisle is coming up with the most creative ways to continue to tank, because at this point they are now 0-12 since the All-Star break. You know what happened just before the All-Star break, Rick?
They got fined.
They did. And they haven't gotten fined since. They've been just sneaky enough to get around it, skirt around it, do what they got to do to continue to lose, to get their chances at the number 1 pick, but not get fined.
Yes. Next game was Suns playing the Suns, 108-123 loss. But it was the debut of Zubac. The league fined the Pacers for tanking, saying you can't do that. Rick Carlisle, as you just said, hold my beer, watch me. Zoo and Nimhart, though, did sit the fourth quarter.
Right. Because, we got to rest them. For what? We're not sure. But they needed a rest. So there you go. Let's see. Nemhart had 23.
Yep. Walker had 12. Ethan Thompson with 11. Jalen Slauson, that's a new name. 10 points and 8 rebounds.
And Potter and Ben Shepherd had 10 apiece, which brings us into the home stretch. Only 2 more games. First one.
New York Knicks, hate them, 92-101. Good showing in the third quarter, but only 18 in the fourth secured the loss. Yes, that's what we're saying now. It's good to lose.
Yep, that's the goal here at this point. Walker 18 and 9 rebounds.
Neesmith had 12 points. Zubac 11 points and 8 rebounds, and then finally McConnell had 10 points, 6 assists.
Yes, and then another team that we don't like.
Yes,
the Bucks.
The Bucks. 123-134. Siakam was out for the second game in a row, and Nimhart was out as well. It's weird switch, sit, all that stuff going on.
Yep. But Neesmith absolutely went off. 32 points, including 7 of 10 from 3. This is not like I went 7 for 14 or 7 for, 18. He only missed 3 3-pointers and took 10 shots from that place.
Yes. Huff had 16. He went 3 for 6 from the outside. So he went 50% as a big man. That's great.
Yep.
Jarris Walker had 14 points, 8 rebounds.
Obi Toppin with 11. Zubac with 10 and 7 rebounds. And your boy McConnell, 9 points, 11 assists, and had his 900th career steal in that game.
Yeah, great for him. He passed Halliburton this season for the most assists, I think, or 5th most, something like that.
Yep.
Next season, I'm pretty sure it's going to be swapped. I'm pretty sure Halliburton's going to get it again.
Yeah, but it's always nice to have, 2 guards at the same time in the top 5 in your history in that category.
I think it'll be really funny the game that Halliburton does pass him up if McConnell gets it and then they keep swapping back and forth that game. I think that'll be really funny.
Yeah. All right. Well, it is now time for our Boom Baby Play of the Week. What do you got?
I'm gonna go something simple. The first points of Zubac as a pacer, it was a nice alley-oop dunk.
Yep. Pass from the midcourt and alley-oop. I can't remember who that is. That might be Slauson, I think. Right
might
there.
Be. It might be Ethan Thompson. Might be.
I'm not sure that's Ethan Thompson.
Okay. I thought his number was 55.
No, that's.
Oh, is that not 55? That's not 55.
It's Slauson.
Yep, that is Slauson. Good alley, great oop.
Yep. That's what you brought him in to do. He got the ball in the backcourt and unafraid, no backing down, and still was able to, run the court and get it down.
Yeah, great from him.
Mine is, I love good sharing and good unselfish play, so I got this one from Ben Shepherd. Gets the rebound off of the good defense, and look at this pass. So, whoop, no looker.
Ooh.
Matthew Stafford style to Micah Potter.
Yeah,
for,
there was another
slamming it
one
home.
in the Bucks game that I almost chose. It was a lot of pass. Jarris could have shot it. He would have shot it his first year. Pass again to Neesmith. Neesmith drilled the three. It was great teamwork. Neesmith honestly could have passed it up. There was probably somebody open, but I mean, he had the hot hand at that point. Trust the shooter. So
That's great. What we love to see is good team basketball. Hopefully we see a lot of it coming up in the tournament. But that leaves us with our yes sir player of the week. Who you got?
I got the second string big for next year after we should sign him. Jay Hufflepuff, representing Hufflepuff, just like for all the Hufflepuff people out there, just like myself. I think he's been a great consistent for this team this whole season. If you'll notice, during all the yes-sirs of the week, I will be saying for the season, because the season is wrapping up. So kind of taking a look back at the whole entire season, not just the week, kind of shouting at people. But he's been a very consistent person in this team this entire season. Really fit into the system really well. I was like, okay, well, we need a stretch big. And then here comes Jay Huff. Zubac can't necessarily do it, but Huff can. I think that's great. I think he's a great replacement. Probably better than Miles Turner, because the showings that Miles Turner has had is not great at all. So I really like what Jay Huff has brought to the team.
I totally understand and back you on that. Mine, though, I think this is the second week in a row. Jarris Walker.
Yeah, I think so.
He has been there was only one of these games he wasn't in double figures, and almost every single one of them was this close to a double-double. Now, not quite as good as last week, because I think last week he had almost entirely double-doubles except for one game. Yeah. But what he can do, the versatility is great, and it reminds me a lot of AJ DeBonsa, although I believe DeBonsa is better at it. But you can't necessarily say that, because Walker is doing it at this level and DeBonsa is still only a freshman the way it is. So that's my player of the week is Jarris Walker.
I love it.
But that is all the time that we have for this week. Yes, I said this week. We are going to take the rest of the week off and enjoy the college basketball tournament. I hope you do the same as well. We'll be back next week with more Pacers talk, Colts free agency, Indy Ignite, the second best team in the state of Indiana, and recap the IU basketball season.
Well, this is Liam.
And this is Kevin.
Reminding you to stay all Indiana sports.
This is All Indiana Sports.